Let's go get him, baby. Let's go get him. We back at it. It's week 5. It's week 5. Season's flying by this year. It's crazy. I mean, I definitely know it's flying by because it's still been a struggle a little bit. It's been a different year. It's funny too because I even listened to this podcast called Cover 3 Podcast. You guys gotta check it out. It's really good. Um, these guys pick too, and some of my picks are different than their picks, but even they're struggling. Like these guys are not even at 500. I'm not even at 500. I just looked at my recap of picks so far that I've been posting on the videos this year, and I went 4-3 last week, but I'm 46% this year. Like just being transparent, like that's really not cutting it this year. But we'll pick it up. I mean, usually in conference play, you really start getting things going. We still got freaking 8 weeks left, 9 weeks left of the season, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely stay tuned. Today it's gonna be a shorter video. No education, no guest pick this week. But I do want to recap last week, and I really want to go in on a team. So my money line dime last week was Houston beating Tulane. I know y'all saw that game last week. It was last Thursday. Houston was up by like 28 points. Or no, they were up 28-7, 21 points at one point, right? Tulane comes back and wins the football game. I almost passed out. I thought I had that one in the bag. I just don't know what's up with Holgerson. Today I listened to some of my podcasts, College Football Daily. You guys gotta check that one out too. They talk about De'Aaron King actually wanting to redshirt. He's gonna redshirt the rest of the year. This boy might transfer. He might. Makes sense. He might not want to be at Houston, but Holgerson, they'll try to persuade him, so we'll see. But I mean, really, it's crazy. I mean, you even think of momentum, right? Tulane had the momentum. Look at the UCLA Wazoo game last Saturday. That game was something special. UCLA bounced back from being down 49 to 17, 32 points. Gonna come back and get them. Funny thing is, I took the live money line on UCLA. I knew the momentum was coming. I got them at plus 400. It was great. But let's tune in. Let's get down to the picks. We got game 1 coming to you. Mid-Tennessee at Iowa. Iowa's favored by 24 points. I like Iowa here. I like them by 24. I think Iowa is coming off of a bye week. They've been prepping. Mid-Tennessee's just not really that good of a team. We all know that. They played Michigan earlier in the year. Michigan whooped on them. And the thing is Michigan's not even as good as Iowa in my eyes. I think Iowa's a more balanced team. I think defensively they're playing very well. I think offensively, I think their quarterback Stanley is able to push the ball downfield a little bit. He doesn't make bad decisions. He's not too risky with it. He's not too flashy with it. But what they do, though, is they move the offense well and they play good defense. And I think that's a key to a winning team, especially in that conference, and then against a team like Mid-Tennessee State. So I see Iowa definitely putting up points. I don't see Mid-Tennessee State scoring much at all. So definitely stay tuned. Take a look at that game. I like game 2. I got you. Iowa State minus 2.5 at Baylor. So Iowa State's traveling to Waco here. Finally leaving Iowa State. They've been playing. I think they started off 3 straight home games up at Iowa State. The Cyclones have been playing good. I like Purdy. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. He can make some things happen. But really, the guys to watch on Iowa State are Petway and Milton. Those boys are playmakers, man, at receiver. They can make something happen. Petway's a bigger body, Milton's a smaller body, and Milton's your burner. But Petway can do some damage to you, too, on the ground when it comes to that speed. So I like the Cyclones here. Baylor struggled against Rice, too. I mean, I took that as my over-under for an over last week, and Baylor just didn't get it done. They couldn't score. They struggled offensively. I mean, I do think Charlie Brewer will bounce back a little bit this week, and I think that offense will get it moving. But I think Iowa State's offense will outperform against Baylor's defense, especially at minus 2.5. So take Iowa State in that game. I love it. SMU minus 7.5 at USF. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've been jumping on that SMU train. I'm really not jumping on SMU train. They are a good program. Sonny Dykes has really been turning them around. They're nothing like they were 5-10 years ago. They truly did get a facelift. And can somebody say Shane Buechele? That boy is playing. Came up from Texas as a graduate transfer, balling for SMU, running that offense really, really well. I love watching them play right now. I mean, they beat TCU. It's a big game for them. And really, I know, I know they used to be the Pony Express, but right now I'm gonna turn them boys into the Pony Airways because that air raid they are bombing teams up, boy, and it's great. I love watching it, and I think them going to USF, being favored by -7.5 won't be too much of a challenge. USF's just on both sides of the ball, they're struggling. They're not playing too well. So I really like SMU here. Charlie Strong hasn't been able to get his team moving. That boy's on the hot seat too, sad to say. I mean, you know, I like him. He's a good coach, but he just can't get too much traction down there at USF right now. So I'm jumping on the Pony Airways. I'm booking my flight, and I'm taking SMU on that one. Game 4, we got UAB -3 at Western Kentucky. Now, I know you're probably thinking, why is he picking a game like this? UAB, Western Kentucky, what the heck is this? I'm not betting that mess. But the thing is that you can still win money on a lower conference USA like this. So I like UAB. UAB is a decent team. They really haven't played anybody. But, like, they played, South Alabama, Akron, and an FCS school. I completely understand, right? Those are bad teams. But they're able to move their offense. They're still producing. They're still making things happen. So I like UAB in this game. Western Kentucky's really been struggling. They played all right against Louisville, though. So, I mean, I took a look at that, but I still believe that UAB will be able to move the ball well enough. Their quarterback, Tyler Johnson, he'll keep them rolling. He's a pretty good quarterback. I mean, he can make throws. He's not going to really risk it too much. I like UAB. I like the Blazers in this one, so I'm taking that one. And then for your over/under wonder, I know I got the vocals there, right? I like Kansas at TCU. Over/under is 49. I like that over. I actually think that TCU's offense will get it growing again. I know they lost to SMU, but I think they'll play a lot better, a lot smoother this week, especially them being at home as well. Les Miles' defense at Kansas, the Jayhawks don't really have the best defense. They're going to give up points. But really the main question is Kansas going to be able to score a little bit? And I think they do. I actually see a score here of like 42-14. Jayhawks are getting better. They're better than they were last year and the year before that and the year before that. So Les Miles is getting them moving a little bit. So I know Les will get them in the end zone, even though TCU is a tough defense. We all know Patterson will always have a decent defense at TCU. He gets those boys playing. And they got to bounce back versus the SMU game, or after that. They got to. So definitely take a look at the TCU over with Kansas. And then for your money line dime, I'm going to keep it in that, center of the U.S. corridor there. I really like Kansas State at Oklahoma State, and I like Kansas State to upset Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State I think that loss at Texas is still looming a little bit. I think that after a loss like that, it's going to be tough for Sanders and the Cowboys to really bounce back. Chuba Hubbard, he's a good football player, very good, but Kansas State's a balanced team. I think they're the most balanced team in the Big 12, actually. I think Kansas State's really going to do well in this game. I think they're going to play a lot better than what people think. So definitely keep your eye on Kansas State for that Big 12 game, for that Big 12 matchup. I'm loving that starting off Big 12. I'm a big Big 12 fan. I love watching Big 12 football. It's exciting. I want to see touchdowns. I want to see scores. And I think you're going to see something happen in this game. So definitely Kansas State at Oklahoma State. Take that Kansas State money line. And then for your get one pick of the week. Mississippi State at Auburn. Auburn is ranked in the top 10, playing well. Just played very well against Texas A&M last week. They held on for dear life, but they still pulled out a win. Auburn's favored by 11 here at home against Mississippi State. I think Mississippi State's an okay football team. They got beat by Kansas State last week. One reason why I took Kansas State as a money line. Mississippi State's they're not bad. Defensively, though, I just can't put my finger on them. I don't think that they're sound enough defensively to be able to compete at the level that they need to with Auburn. Auburn's offense, Malzahn, Gus has still got them rolling. They've been able to score well. They've been able to run the football very well. Can somebody say Bo Nix? Because really, he hasn't really been doing too much. He just hasn't been too much of a factor, but he's doing what he needs to do in the offense to make it run and have them be undefeated. So I really like Auburn here. I think they win by more than 2 touchdowns. But yeah, that's your picks of the week. So quick show today. Hope you guys have fun watching football week 5. I know I'm gonna have fun. I always have fun watching games regardless. So how about you go put $1 on it? Make it happen. Go get them.